Are we live? 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. I think it's working. I'm not entirely sure, but let's hope for the best. And hello everyone. My name is Georgie. This is a channel of a indie development studio called Luden.io, and we have not seen each other for, say, a month? More than a month and a half, 2 months. It feels like it has been ages, but we're back and we're on the air, and we will be showing you some Learning Factory today. Let me take a little bit of time for a quick check to make sure everything is working. Okay, fine. And it's quite crowded today at Luden.io headquarters. So even our CEO is watching this broadcast. Hello, Oleg. We have made it. So it was not the keyframe interval, but rather than that, it was bit rate, which seems to be kind of a thing right now. But thanks to Jiniasu, I'm sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing your. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your nickname correctly. And this wonderful person has given us a hint on how to make this work. Okay, so today's stream, after a hiatus of around a month and a half, is going to be quite experimental, because we will be showing Learning Factory EDU, which is a more dedicated version of your original vanilla, to put it this way, Learning Factory. And but it's available for free right now at luden.io/lfedu if you want to go this way. And this is a version of the game that we have been making since spring, thanks to Games for Change, non-profit organization, who have sponsored us creating an educational version of our game. We were going to make it anyway sooner or later, but thanks to those wonderful folks, we could dedicate some of our time to making it right now, and it's coming into shape. Well, I don't know, just give me a second and I will try and switch to the game. Let me see how it... Oh yeah, nice. The only problem is that now you cannot see me, I guess, so let me change my settings. And ooh, my face my face is becoming smaller, and now my face has disappeared whatsoever, which is not a problem. And yeah, it kind of looks the way it was supposed to be right now. So let us know if it's working fine for you. Was better pronounced than most of people's attempt, says Jiniasu. Can you send us in, I don't know, a transcription? What's the correct way of pronouncing it? Because I really want to nail it. So while we're waiting, let me switch to Learning Factory EDU at the moment. This is a continue. Where should I continue? Wow. I am continuing something. So this version of the game, it contains 10 levels, and all of them are designed with help from actual school teachers from Russia. And well, not only from Russia, but we have been consulting a lot with teachers and educators from the US and other countries. If you like to check out on our progress, I suggest you visit our YouTube channel, where we are publishing Learning Factory EDU developer diaries each and every week. But in a nutshell, this is a dedicated, limited version of the game, which is supposed to teach school children, middle school children, the basics of engineering practices and problem-solving stuff. So basically, the thing is that you're supposed to be, well, if you're not a middle school student, then you probably wouldn't. If you're not a middle school student, then you probably won't be getting the idea without a teacher, because this version comes along with teacher guides, which you're supposed to be using to conduct lessons and do stuff and do all the pedagogical stuff that we as game developers are only, you know, slightly have an idea of how it's supposed to work. But the general idea is that you progressively go through the game. Like, this is the first lesson. It's very simple. You see a sphinx and you see some cotton plants, and some of the buildings are locked, just as a full/middle school child proof option, just to make sure that children don't break anything occasionally. So the first iteration, in the first lesson, oh yeah, it's working. So in the first lesson, all you have to do is like repair a transporter line and make sure that cats are coming to your shop, and then you can pick some cotton plants and place them into a store and see what happens, and see cats becoming happier. So the idea of this lesson is pretty simple, is that there is a problem, and as an engineer, as a future engineer or scientist, you have to come up with a solution. So you have to brainstorm, so you have to think of possible ways to solve this problem, which in this case is cats not coming to a store. And after that, hey, by the way, this second gate is also not doing us much benefit. We'll think of it later. And that was lesson 1. After that, you are very free to gradually progress through other levels. As you can see, this version is quite limited, so there is lots of stuff that you cannot influence here. For example, you cannot delete these cotton plants. By the way, we have assembled all those levels in our scenario editor. So if you want to create your own educational version of Learning Factory, or just if you want to create a level of your own, you are very free to go there and check it out. There are so many things you can do. There are many parameters and options you can influence to make the game a little bit different. So you're very free to experiment with it. But in this very simple version, nothing much is happening. So in this level, we're going to sell some cotton packs to some cats, research for a cotton collector, and then automate our production. So the idea of this level is that hand-picking cotton is kind of cool, but that is not the way you solve problems as an engineer. Because as an engineer, you don't have to pick up all the cotton on Mars by hand, but rather you can invent a machine that will do all this stuff for you. Like this one, and I'm lacking some wood, and I'm going to pick some wood, and I'm going to build a cotton collector, and yeah, and make myself a fancy, lazy engineer who is doing all their work with help from machines. And I don't think I have any transporters, so I would have to pick up some metal and produce some transporters and make sure cotton is delivered to my fixed price store. Nice. So supposedly, while this is happening, if you were a middle school student, you would be instructed by your teacher, who would be telling you about supply and demand and things like that. And if you go to Luden.io and search for Learning Factory EDU edition, you will actually see links to our teacher's guides, in which we are conveying, a full script of how these lessons are supposed to be taught at school. And we are not doing it like just from our heads. We are basing on new generation science standards, a curriculum design, what's the way to put it? A curriculum that was created by educators in the US and which is being used in the US schools today. So it's kind of part of a it's based on standards that are being used in United States schools, and they're very similar to what we have here in Russia as well. So we see it pretty much as universal, but the bottom line is that we're not like just taking those levels out of our heads, and we never do that. Instead, we're trying to consult actual educators. So we have a whole team of teachers collaborating with us on this project, and they're helping us to create lesson plans. Well, basically they are writing lesson plans and we're just doing translation and editorial stuff. So Learning Factory EDU is a version of Learning Factory made with help from actual school teachers for actual school students, and we hope it will be helpful to the teachers and educators from around the world, because we believe that games and video games are here, and they are quite mature today, and they're mature enough to be used in education, not just as educational products, but as a means of education per se. So in this level, as you can see, we're upgrading our production a little bit further. We have this nice place surrounded by hedges, so it's kind of a foolproof option, so you can only delete stuff which is inside this hedge place. And it was designed for you to create a yarn ball maker, and basically the only thing you can do here is create a yarn ball. It's kind of funny because educational version of Learning Factory, to me it looks like a tutorial which was stretched to 10 whole levels plus one introductional lesson, which is mentioned in our lesson plans. And it's basically a video game tutorial, but given the right mind frame, it can teach you lots of stuff about supply and demand, about solving problems, about making your customers happy. So as usual, the ultimate goal in this game is to make sure cats are happy and make sure cats are having fun. During this level, cats are not having fun because we only have one yarn ball maker, but that's something. That's way better than, handpicking resources and supplying them to a store. That's the bottom line of this version, is that you can invent machines and make machines work for you, which is totally awesome. But in this particular version, it's very humble because we only have one yarn ball maker, and if some of you have been playing the regular version of Learning Factory, you probably already know that one yarn ball maker is never ever enough, because those cats, they love them yarn balls. Come to think about it, I'm I can't help but wondering why those cats are asking for like 6 yarn balls at a time, like those cats, or like 2 yarn balls. Are they buying yarn balls for all their friends at the same time, or are they buying like yarn balls for their future needs or whatever? And of course, I think sheep at the store are totally on board with me being clueless about why cats are buying so many yarn balls. Because look at those sheep eyes; they seem very, very much unrest about what's going on. Because these yarn balls are being made from the wool being cut from those very sheep, or rather from Martian cotton plants, which is genetically modified version of regular cotton plants, including some genes of those sheep you can see in fixed price store. Anyway, I think we have seen enough of lesson 2, so let's switch to lesson 3 and see what's what. Oh no, I think no, yes, no. Oh yeah, oh no. I think we've just been through lesson 3. Yes. Oh yeah. Right. So, lesson 4, everyone. In this lesson, we're going to research for some splitters and add some splitters to this map in order to scale our production and satisfy more cats ultimately, because as you have seen in the previous level, 1 yarn wool maker is not enough, and it's never enough because cats love them yarn balls once again. Okay, so oh yes, yeah, I would need some metal. Okay. As you can see, there are now a couple more science labs in the game, and names and biographies of those scientists are still generated from the roster of the main version of the game. Just for your information. So, let's create a couple of splitters and more yarn ball makers. Supposedly, in the... Oh, I think I've just found a bug here. Apparently I cannot place a splitter if I can't delete those transporter belts. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Please give me a second.
It is not a bug.
Yeah, but we gotta fix it, I think.
No, it's not a bug.
How do you place a splitter then?
Check again. Find the place. You can.
Is there a place? Ah, but I can place more transporter belts. Right?
No, it's not a solution. Check all transporters.
Okay. This one's not working. Neither does this one. Nope. Oh. Ah. Okay. So yeah, it's not a bug, it's by design. So it looks like, teachers' problems at this point. So teachers would have to explain where transporters can actually be placed. So there are 2 dedicated places for...
Check the chat.
Okay. Ciao. It's Friday night, everyone, and people are leaving Luden.io headquarters to have fun during their weekends. Good luck to them, and I will stick with you for another hour or so, figuring out the wonders of Luden Learning Factory edu. Check the chat. Which one? Like on Twitch? Or Я думал, ты просто проверь чат, в смысле, про транспортеры, а ты просто... Окей, unrelated. How do teachers explain workaholic from the description? We never thought about this. Is that a problem? I mean, is using term workaholic is not cool in English-speaking countries? Because I'm not entirely sure when we were not inventing, but kind of writing this term into the game. We didn't think that it probably could have some negative connotations, because we're from Russia and we have our almost 90 years of socialism. And during these times, being a workaholic was not something bad, but rather something good. So we meant it. Only positively, and only recently, in recent years, we have learned that being workaholic is actually not a feature, but rather a bug. So yeah, please try and maintain your work/life balance. We all only have one life to spend, so let's make sure it's not in vain, and let's make sure we don't suffer more than needed for making good things to happen. Okay, so I think I have nailed the idea of this lesson. I am supplying a good and steady amount of yarn balls to this fixed price store. And I even have some extra, but if you have time, and if you are a teacher, and if your students have time during a lesson, you can always experiment with this stuff. And perhaps, I don't know, create another splitter and another yarn ball maker. I can't help but, enjoy watching those yarn ball makers at work. Thanks to our artist Sergey from Siberia, all our buildings look so very nice, so very cozy. Let alone our cats. A fun fact is that we had a playtest. Like last week, we had a playtest in one of in a school in Russia, and we have encountered a rather interesting detail about the game. If we're lucky enough, we will probably see a cat, or maybe several cats, generated with pieces of duct tape as their accessory. And it turns out that not all school children understand what duct tape is. Do you know what duct tape is? Let us know if you don't. But no, I haven't seen one cat with a duct tape, but we will wait. We're not in a hurry, It's Friday night, after all. We're having fun. Oh. I think we've ran out of cats.
No, this is a critical bug. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is a bug.
Yeah.
We have just found a bug in the edu version, which prevents us from spawning more cats. Which is nice for the purpose of this live stream, because we will switch to the next level. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, building a factory from scratch. Oh, this is one of my favorite parts. This is the part where I get to not to be worried about following the scenario, but rather have fun building a factory. So supposedly, for educators who will be using this game in their classes, by now your hypothetical students are already aware of how the game works. They already know ropes of this game, more or less. And now it's time for some free factory building. So the only buildings and the only machines you have available for the sake of this lesson are Cotton Collector and Yarn Ball Maker. But if you have played some Learning Factory before that, you're probably very well aware that one Cotton Collector and some Yarn Ball Makers are more than enough for creating an awesome and very profitable factory. But it will take a little bit of time, and yeah, those transporter lines are locked, so I cannot prevent cats from coming into our store and being disappointed, but I can spend some time and establish some production and make them happy eventually. I also have splitters. Oh wow. I've accidentally clicked the wrong button. I've clicked right mouse button instead of left mouse button, so that means I have spent all my metal on creating splitters, and now I will have all the splitters in the world. Lucky me. And let's create another yarn ball, or another cotton collector, just for the hell of it. We don't have much space here, so doesn't make much sense in creating a second yarn wool maker, but hell, why not? Let's just do it because we can. By the way, I have an exclusive Easter egg just for those who will be using Learning Factory EDU. You see, we are not mentioning it anywhere, but in this version we actually have hoverboard unlocked. And if you press Shift button, yay! Back from the future stuff. But, as I mentioned, we're not talking about it anywhere because that's just a minor detail, I think. Maybe, just maybe, we have added this feature by accident. Yep. And I have just been confirmed that it was added by accident, but it's there anyway, so enjoy. And if you're watching this live stream, you are the first ones to become aware of this feature actually being present in this version of the game. And might I remind you that Learning Factory EDU is totally free and forever will be free for everyone looking to use video games in education. So you can go to luden.io right now and download it and play it, and we hope you will have fun doing so. So please do that. And I will do my best to establish production of as many yarn balls as possible. Ah, come on. Oh, I already have installed like a buttload of... Okay. Like a buttload of splitters. Never mind. I'll deal with it a little bit later. Okay, let's see how it works. Ooh, yeah. Yarn balls are flowing, and I think we're gonna use our second cotton collector just for supplying cotton, because we have some worker cats coming into... Ow, I'm out. Okay, never mind. Iron veins are more or less endless. Well, they're not endless, they're not like, I forgot the word. So, but basically you would need to spend a lot of time in the game to make them finished. I forgot the word. It's that. Oh, they are infinite.
Yeah.
I think sometime before they were not infinite, but rather just, very, very... Okay, so they are infinite. Welcome to the future on Mars. Infinite metal sources for you. Infinite iron. Mars is the future. Mars is the place to go. Hey, but looky. Milks and cookie. We're still not producing enough yarn balls, or are we? By the way, for those who have been playing Learning Factory for some time now, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that we now have not 4, but 5 slots for goods in each and every store. This is one of the features that will become available to the players of regular Learning Factory in a couple of weeks. I don't know, a couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know for sure. We don't have any estimated date for releasing next update, because we're trying to make a very cool and nice and awesome content update for you. So lots of stuff is being done as we speak, and lots of new content will be added to the game before we actually pull the trigger and say we have completed stage 1 of early access. So for us to be able to do that, we feel like we need to deliver more content, more building, more resources, and more fun to you. So please, by all means, follow us on Steam, Twitter, I don't know, Discord, YouTube, Reddit. We're everywhere, and we're trying to keep you as well informed as is reasonably possible. I mean, we're no I don't know, Electronic Arts, we're no Ubisoft, we're no a big corporation, so we're not withholding anything. As soon as we have some sketches or as soon as we have some stuff to show you, we're publishing it everywhere, because we're so excited. We're so excited about this game, and we're so excited about you following this game and playing this game, so we're not withholding anything. So make sure to follow us on social networks for awesome content pretty much every day. And don't forget to press Shift in Learning Factory EDU version to hoverboard around this very tiny map. Let me take a quick sec to look over the chats. Okay, yeah. Geniaso, I still didn't have time yet to go and check the proper pronouncement of your nickname, but I will make sure to make it right by the next stream. But yeah, we did run out of cats in the previous level, because it's a bug, because this game is in early development, and bugs will be happening. It's okay. By the time we release it to the full release, we will try and make sure all the naughty bugs have been cleared out. But it's game development, so bugs will be occurring from time to time, no matter what. Major on YouTube says that iron sources are not infinite, they just have 99999 billions iron units together. But well, maybe, but effectively effectively they're infinite for the sake of this live stream and for the sake of these live stream purposes. I don't know. Let me take some time in this level. This is like, you know, this level we're talking about. It's level 5 out of 10, and it's supposed to be happening in the middle of the curriculum based on Learning Factory EDU. So it's like a level in which you're supposed to be having fun and trying to apply all the skills you have acquired during previous 4 levels and putting them into use and creating a somewhat effective factory selling just cotton packs and yarn balls. And you're supposed to accumulate a crazy amount of money, like 300 coins. I don't know actually how is it much or is it little? I just started to think how much is cat coins when converted to modern day currencies, and I have no idea, and that doesn't that doesn't even matter. That was just one of my brain farts. Hello everyone who have joined us only recently. This is Learning Factory EDU edition. My name is Georgie. I'm community/marketing manager at Luden.io, the developer of this game, and I'm talking to you from Luden.io headquarters on the 20th floor of Park Inn Hotel in Moscow, Russia. And we are very serious, making a very serious game in which you have to create a factory on Mars for selling exquisite stuff to cats. That's how serious we are. Just a disclaimer for those of you who have only recently joined this broadcast. I hope you're having fun this Friday night, because I totally am having fun trying to deplete an endless iron vein. How much iron did I accumulate? Just 500? Nah, come on. Let's break this counter. Oh no, I have reached my goal. Oh no, Z's. That means I would have to switch to next level, I guess. But let's just, take another 3 or 4 minutes. I'm just wondering how much iron I can accumulate and whether the game will break. No, go away, Splitter. Didn't mean that to happen. So yeah, in this intermediate, in this sort of free play, one of the 2 free play missions in the EDU version, you're supposed to accumulate 300 coins, and middle school students are supposed to be competing, sort of, or might as well be comparing their results. Which of them would spend less time for acquiring 300 goals. Our QA engineer has been telling me that he's nailing this task in like 400 seconds, but for me this is still something unimaginable. Well, I guess this is the reason that he's a QA engineer, because he can do things in the game very fast, and he's an expert of playing our games. But for me it's like twice as more. Like last time I've been playing it, yesterday, I think it was like 850 seconds. So I'm improving, but still far from being perfect. Okay, let me just accumulate some 1000 of pieces of iron just for the heck of it. Did you know, by the way, that in the upcoming version of the game, in the upcoming content update, there will be more than 1, but I think 3 types of metal in this game? So you can go to our Steam page and check out our latest status update, in which we're sharing we are sharing some of the work in progress art. Okay, off with the marketing stuff. Let's head back to the game. So I think, yeah, this level is all about developing a regular store, because until now we were only operating like fixed price stores, which are fine, but they're not very good, because they can only send prices for a fixed price of one. They can only sell prices, yada yada. They can only sell stuff for a fixed price of 1 cat coin, which is kinda enough in the world of this game, because we're not spending money for anything but research at the moment. This will change a little bit in the future, but at the moment we only need money for researching stuff. So we don't really care how much money we're making in the end, because it's just a matter of waiting. If you don't have enough money, you just have to wait and sell some more stuff. But still, this is, for school children, for example, this might not be very convenient, because they only have some 40 minutes for a lesson, out of which maybe 20 or 25 minutes maybe would be about your teacher talking stuff, so and for you waiting for your chance to play this game. So school children who will be playing Learning Factory EDU at their middle schools, they will be strictly limited in time, so I guess they don't have a couple of hours to wait for money to accumulate, which is why in lesson 6 we have added an opportunity for creating a regular cat store, the one in which you can actually set your own prices. For those not aware, and for those of you who have not played Learning Factory before, in this store you can actually set prices, and let's just set price for 2. So the idea of this lesson is that you create a store in which you can set prices, and you look at your current income, like very roughly. This store does not have advanced selling stats yet. So for advanced selling data, you will have to develop a smart cat store, which will happen in one of the upcoming levels. But for the time being, you're just trying to check how much money you're making per second, and then you can try and experiment with prices. So, for example, right now we rarely have our yarn ball stock reach more than 10 units at the moment, and we're making like 1.20, 1.3 maybe average 1.2 coins per second. But what happens, a teacher could ask at this point, what would happen if we increase the price? So now all yarn balls, they cost 2 coins per unit, and we can see that some cats are not very happy about it, but some richer cats, they're quite fine of paying 2 coins per yarn ball. But the idea of this game is that you can like sit in front of your screen with a notepad and a pen, or with a calculator, and manually calculate how many cats are happy with your prices and how many cats are not happy with your prices. But this is not how engineers in the modern world, this is not how engineers tackle problems. The modern way of tackling problems would be to look at numbers. And numbers are actually telling us that we're making slightly less money per second. But still, and also we have our store overstocked at the moment. And and that leads to our income per second decreasing. But this is just the case for this level, because during this level we only have regular cats visiting the store. We don't have rich cats, we don't have wholesale cats coming to a store. So, but yeah, by the way, look at the numbers now. by this time we're making like steady 100, almost 100. Wow, the income is actually rising, which is surprising for me. I was totally sure that it will drop. What? Oh, okay. Sorry, my wife just texted me. So I was almost sure that average income would drop, but it seems to be on the rise, because there are some cats who are looking for bulks of yarn balls, and out of these cats who are willing to pay 2 coins per yarn ball, we're making more profit, apparently. Yeah, that's interesting. I was not aware of that. But anyway, you know, in order to be able to fully monitor the prices, you would need to build a smart store and ideally a linear regression machine learning model. Because the bottom line of this game is that humans are weak. And humans are not capable of calculating and working with big data by their hands, and they need machines and computers and artificial intelligence to be doing their dirty work of calculating stuff. This is the bottom line of this game. Sorry, meatbags. Your time is coming to an end. Soon, robots and cats will be ruling this galaxy. Yeah, but look at us. We're making a very nice, steady income, and we're accumulating money, by the way. Okay, so I think the lesson of this level was learned, and let's switch to the next. Lesson, which is all about diversifying and making more stuff, and adding loom to our store shelves. How do you like my Russian gibberish singing? I hope you do, because you will be hearing more of that sooner or later. Be prepared. Okay, so in this lesson we're learning that sometimes cats are asking for more stuff than just yarn balls and cotton packs. Believe it or not, there are those weird cats who just don't think that yarn balls are enough, and they're asking for pieces of cloth. Those needy bunholes, to put it mildly. So we have to invent a machine for making yarn, pieces of cloth for those cats. But the idea of this level is that yarn balls and cloth is not being made identically, like loom, which makes pieces of cloth. It requires 3 pieces of cotton for one unit of loom. While with a yarn ball maker, it's easy peasy. 1 cotton pack equals 1 yarn ball, okay. And the idea of this level is that there are simple goods and there are complex goods. I'm not sure I'm remembering the term from economics correctly, but anyway, some goods, they require more resources and they require more complicated production costs for those goods to happen, which is why they actually cost more. And if you look, if you take a look into your store, by default, pieces of cloth are being sold for 2 coins instead of 1, and actually you cannot lower this price, so yay to capitalism, I guess. You can increase those prices to enormous amount of 6 coins per second. Let me do that just to create artificial deficit of goods, to make to let me accumulate some stuff. By the way, this is a legitimate strategy for this game. If you want to accumulate some goods and if you want to accumulate some stuff for you know, those bursts of productivity later. You can just skyrocket prices temporarily, and some cats will have to leave dissatisfied. But if you take a look, we're actually making money. So there are cats willing to pay this enormous price of 5 coins per yarn ball and 6 coins per cloth, which is also a lesson about supply and demand that can be learned in this game. But it is up to the teachers to communicate this lesson, because I'm not sure I'm ready to come up with any conclusions as part of the stream. Not because I'm, you know, not because I'm shy or not because I don't want to, but because it really is hard playing a game and talking at the same point. Oh, looky. Let's take a quick peek into our science labs, and here we have our lead coder in form of his cat, Ivan. He's here working for us, developing stuff. No, actually he's sleeping. Actually, all cats are sleeping because the research tree is very limited in this educational version of this game. So everything is already developed and done, and the cats can rest easy. So let me take a look at the store. Yeah, we're creating some deficit by raising the prices, and but still, you know, the amount of goods on the shelves is quite steady. So, which means that there are cats coming to the store and buying stuff for those obviously overpriced goods. Like, yeah, I've just seen a cat who bought a yarn ball for 5 coins. Are you crazy? There are some rich cats out there. There are some rich fat cats out there. But as you can probably notice, most of those cats are extremely unhappy with those prices. And this will be the case for one of the next lessons here, where we will build a smart cat store, which will let us access advanced statistics. Okay, so for now, let's lower those prices to a more reasonable level and make some cats happier. That's better. Now they seem to be happy. Okay, and that lets us switch to lesson 8. Okay, so here you have an opportunity to compare actually all 3 kinds of stores, because as part of this level we will develop and install a smart store. And while this is happening, while we're accumulating data and money required to build this store, I will leave you for a quick second to power me a glass of water. Please watch those researching cats doing their work very simultaneously and very happily. You can also see back of Margarita, our BizDev manager, in the back, while I'm powering myself some water. See you in a while. Okay, back to the world of living I am. And those cats seem to already be asleep. Which could mean only one thing. No, actually it could mean two things. One of the two things is that we don't have enough money, which is the case. And the thing I was kind of hoping for is that those cats would already have finished researching Smart Store by now, but no, okay, never mind. Let's spend some time clicking those labs and looking at the scientists that we have sort of hired. You can actually change their names if you have time. Oh yeah, and our streamer promotional codes still work. So this is one of the streamers that I know from YouTube. Serious stuff. We actually have a lot of custom cats in this game. So you want to check it out?
Do you have many viewers?
Who?
Viewers of the stream?
Not exactly. We haven't been around for... Oh no, we have 6 viewers.
6
actually,
viewers.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's fine.
And hello, 6 people.
Hello, 6 people. And I haven't been paying attention to the chat for some time.
Oh, it's good I warned you.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Welcome. That's what business developers do.
Yeah, nice. Hey, hello, Thiago Silva. Good vibes. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to be seeing you coming back. Nice to be seeing some familiar nicknames, even in cases when I can't pronounce them, like Geniasu. I will rehearse for our next endeavor, which will happen, I guess, in 2 weeks, because actually I think, and I'm sure, that we are back to our regular streaming schedule, like once in every 2 weeks, like we have been doing before. So there was a little break because summer, vacations, stuff like that. But we're positively back. And what we're going to do is we're going to destroy this fixed price store and replace it with nice, cool, smart store. Come on, yeah. Nice, cool, smart store. So the bottom line of this lesson is that smart stores are cool because not only you can set your own prices, but you can open a sales report and check out various types of cats visiting your stores and check out kinds of goods they have been asking for and check out the transaction results. And with that stats in mind, even without machine learning models, you can make some calculations and you can make some assumptions and you can try and set optimal prices. Because, this is a game about economics in a way, and it teaches us that some cats, they value certain goods more than other goods. And it is so cool because they are willing to spend a little bit more money for that, because we can use this money to fund further researches and research for more stuff and make cats even happier. So it's a game about how economy helps, not all the times, but so many times it helps us create a better world. You're welcome, world. And I'm not sure that I want to experiment, or maybe I do want to experiment. Maybe I feel like experimenting. Maybe I feel like how many. So, like
Like an inventor.
Yes, like inventors do, like serious stuff. Oh no! On this level, no, I can't actually experiment on this level because I cannot create stuff, because this is not the idea of this level. The idea of this level is to take a look at how different stores and different statistics can influence your pricing strategy. But I can diversify for the sake of experimenting. I can diversify and actually supply clothes to both of our stores, if I might. Hey, come on. Don't be a stranger. Okay, so now we will be selling clothes to both our stores. I don't have enough transporters. Otherwise... Otherwise I would add some more cotton to the loom, so it could produce stuff a little bit faster. But okay, not this time. Let's take a look. Let's take a second and observe cats buying stuff and living satisfied or not so much. So basically we can compare income in both stores. So here we have 0.3 coins per second and here we have slightly more, but how many yarn ball makers are actually selling stuff to those stores? Here we have like 1, 2. Yeah, they're both supplied more or less equally. Oh, and we have encountered this bug again where we have run out of cats. So no more cats. And time for us to switch to the next level. This will be fixed, naturally. Ooh, lesson 9 is one of the tough ones, because here you will have to create pillow makers. If you ask me, pillow makers, they always make me nervous, because this is one of the most puzzling pieces of goods in this game, because it requires not 1, not 2, but 3 kinds of resources just to make pillows? How crazy is that? I mean, we have to seriously consider stuff around here and think of, do we need to create pillows? Because pillows, they take like 3 kinds of resources, while cardboard boxes only take one kinds of resources, and cats seem to be perfectly fine with sleeping in cardboard boxes. If you don't believe me, go to our Twitter and see some cat memes, because cats really prefer cardboard boxes most of the time. Okay, so yeah, we're now researching for pillow maker, and stuff is being sold, and what we can do in the meantime is increase our production rates by making more stuff. And getting ready to supply those juicy pillows to our smart cat store, becoming a cat pillow mogul. Are you ready to becoming rich?
See?
To be earning those juicy cat coins, which can only be used to fund research and nothing else on this factory. But yeah, you will be rich. Now, actually, a little teaser is that we're actually working on more stuff, more options for you to be spending those coins. And believe me, you better spend those couple of weeks remaining before we release the next content update. You better use this time wisely and try and teach yourself into accumulating as much money as you can, because we will have more ways for you to spend that money, and you will require a lot of it too. Be prepared. Okay, I might diversify with a couple of looms. Actually, why so shy? Let's create multiple looms. Hey. Okay, so cats should be choke full of loom soon enough. Well, no, actually not. We don't have much in stock. But our goal here today is actually creating some pillows. And for that we will need lots of stuff. So for creating pillows we need all 3 resources at hand. Okay, not to worry. Just need to create some splitters. Just need to gather some more metal just in case. I don't know if we need as much, but let's do it just for the heck of it. And since we're already making too much cotton, hey, we will take part of this line, and the other part of this line will be supplying cotton to this pillow maker, and this thing will be supplying and yeah, and now I don't know how do I supply loom. Well, I do know, but we have to make some changes to the layout of this factory. Okay, so let's just get rid of this just so it wouldn't haze our respective minds. Okay, so that should be enough for starters. By all means, this scheme is suboptimal, so you can and you are supposed to improve it. But we do have a steady amount of stuff for supplying pillows to the shop. There won't be much pillows, but you know what we can do? We can set the prices higher, especially for those rich cats. Yes! 15 coins per pillow for those upper class bastards. They're not coming by too often. But hey, we have 3 in a row, actually. And none of them is ready to pay as much money for those pillows. Even those rich cats are not buying it, literally and metaphorically. Okay. Nah, I'll just take some time to accumulate more pillows and see if there is at least one cat ready to buy a pillow for 15 coins. But no, not one of them yet.
Is there a sort of like a probability with what the cat will buy or not?
Yes, and I think you can ask that guy for the details because we have all the probabilities written. Have a nice weekend. People continue leaving the office to have their time on the weekend, and I'm so jealous. But I will be heading out soon enough, in maybe 20 or 30 minutes. So take your time and watch me playing this glorious version of Learning Factory Educational Edition, Learning Factory EDU for short. For those of you who have recently joined us, this is a version of the game which is available for free on our website, and it has been specially tailored for being used to teach STEM and namely engineering design in middle schools. This version has been sponsored by Games for Change non-profit organization, and it has been and is being made with help from awesome teachers who are actually teaching STEM in their respective classrooms. So this thing is legit, this thing is for real, this thing we hope will help children better understand the supply and demand laws, will help them improve their skills in problem solving, and so much other awesome stuff. So check it out. It's available at luden.io. If you haven't played the regular version of the game yet, so you can regard this EDU version as a demo version of the game. It's not, it's not a real demo version because we have been cutting all kinds of stuff for this version to fit educational purposes, but it is a functional version of the game in which you can observe cats and sell stuff to cats and have all the fun while selling stuff to cats. Oh, actually you can relocate Catgate. Ciao. You can relocate that Catgate and make lines a little bit longer, not for the sake of torturing cats, of course, but for the sake of watching them talk while they're standing in the lines. This is one of the little features that we have added this summer. I don't know how about you, but we like it a lot because cats are talking goofy stuff. I'm not seeing it right now. Could be a bug, could be not a bug. Not sure. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to set up the applications for scooters. It's like for every possible thing you have in life, you have an application.
You don't have app for walking. Oh, but you do.
What?
You don't have. I was meaning to say that you don't have an app for walking, but apparently you do because you have all those apps that are counting your steps.
Yeah.
Well, you can revolt. You can always choose to revolt and just throw away all those.
It's too late. Going down shooter. It's like so many disadvantages.
It's too late. Why? Because you're too old, or the world is too old, or how does it work? What's your criteria of being too late for downshooting?
You need like all those apps for survival. Like you also even need like a self-marketing, like to talk to your friends on social media. Because without self-marketing, they will just forget what you do in life, and they will forget to talk to you.
Yeah, I hate this stuff.
Yeah, me too.
But
We actually developed this stuff.
yeah, the weird thing is that we're partly making this stuff to happen. We're living in the doomed world we have created by our hands. Okay, so while we were talking about apps for scooters and walking, I forgot what was the idea of this level. Oh yeah, the idea behind this level was to selling pillows, and we're actually accumulating quite a lot of pillows, which means like, oh yeah, we're still selling them for 15 coins a piece, so that explains. Let me just lower the price. Sales time. Twice as lower a price for pillows today. Only 7 coins and not 15 coins like before. Oh yeah, and they're totally buying it. Nice. Huh. Look at them. Look at them go. They're all so happy with buying cats for 7 coins a piece. No! I think this is a sign for us for raising prices. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, 8 coins a piece is still cool. But you know what? The idea of this lesson and basically the idea behind all this EDU version is that you don't actually have to check prices one deal at a time, but rather than that, you can open sales report and you can watch and you can check out how much money those Hellbender cats are ready to spend on pillows. Apparently, the only thing they're buying in this version are pillows. In the main version of the game, they buy lots of other stuff as well. But here, they're ready. Yeah, I think 8 coins a piece. 8 coins a piece is an optimal price. Let's experiment and raise it to 9 for a brief period of time, because you know the pillows are still in deficit since we have lowered the prices. They're in deficit because those Hellbender cats have bought the whole stock of them, so we can't do much about it now. But now we have raised the price for up to 9 coins a piece, and let's see how it goes. So at least one cat was okay with that. Those yarn balls and yeah, so 9 coins still seems to be fine. What we're trying to do now is we're trying to find a balance between certain price and stock, because we do not want the cats to leave disappointed because there are no items in stock, but but we have a very limited production capacity on these levels, so we have to find a balance between selling stuff for too much money or risking of running out of stuff and disappointing those cats in the end of the day anyway. Economics. Okay, so I think we have learned our lesson. I think that it's up to the teachers to explain the rest. And now, a huge spoiler alert to those school kids who might be watching this live stream and who will later be forced to play Learning Factory in their classrooms. Like, serves you right. Go play some Learning Factory. Go play some games. That's what you deserve. That's what you get. Just kidding. And I didn't take a moment to reflect upon this very beautiful cats made out of withered trees that our level designer has created for you. But you can go to Luden.io and actually download Learning Factory EDU for free and check it out for yourself. All 10 lessons are already available there. We're now working on teacher's guides that will provide the groundwork for all those educators who will be willing to use this version for teaching STEM in their classes, which is a totally legit thing to do, because our lessons are based on actual scientific standards from the US schools, and they are pretty similar to what children and school kids are learning during their computer science classes. So yeah. So I have lost my train of thoughts while I was picking up all those wither trees. Bottom line is that this educational version of the game is based on actual scientific, not scientific, by actual teaching standards for teaching STEM and engineering design. And you can go to our website like right now and check it. If you don't have those, I don't know, $10, $12, I'm not sure what's the exchange rate right now. Oh, not leaving yet. Okay. Понятно. But if you're not yet willing to spend those $10 to $15 on buying a full version of the game, you're very welcome and you're very free to go to our website and download this version and take a little sip of what's already present in the full version of the game. But just in a couple of weeks, full version of the game will become so much cooler and with so much more stuff to build and experiment with. So this is level 10. In level 10, you get to install a linear regression building, a linear regression machine model, which is, if you don't know this yet, this is an actual machine learning model. Well, it looks like a building and it looks like this very fun stuff, but actually there is a machine learning model inside of this game, which is why if you have a if you don't have a too powerful PC, and if you install too many machine learning models in this game, the game might start lagging and the frame rate might drop, because there is some serious math behind this game. And you know, the reason why we did not introduce like full-scale machine learning to our previous game, Wild to Learn, was because we were afraid to risk to drawing too much of power from players' PCs and like skyrocketing those system requirements. That was really our concern at some point. So our previous game has only pieces of actual machine learning. It does have, Wild to Learn still does have actual machine learning at work there, but it was only bits and pieces, while in this game we have working linear regression and we have working neural networks later in the game. If you're not a machine learning specialist, you probably might even not notice those technologies at work there, but I assure you that they are there, they're working, and they're calculating optimal stuff for you, using math magic to help you come up with optimal prices for stuff. What's up in the chats? How are you today? Nothing much new, which is fine. I hope you're having a fun and nice and productive Friday, as we do. Showing you this educational version of Learning Factory. Hoping you're enjoying it. Please let us know what you think and how you like it, because we're always there to try and make this game more interesting for you. Let's make another loom, just for the heck of it, just because we can, just because we have limitless sources of iron, and we can accumulate as much iron as we want to. Huh. This yarn ball maker seems to be underperforming. The answer is build another yarn ball maker. Don't mind if I do. You know, it's kind of fun because I'm not like actually developing this game. Well, not like writing code or calculating the balance issues. So I'm just, you know, getting the newest versions a little bit earlier as everyone does. And I'm just seeing a game being rebalanced. And it's always a surprise for me. Because in this case, I'm not sure, but I think we have rebalanced the cotton collector, because previously it was enough for serving up to 4 yarn ball makers, but now I think we have 5 yarn ball makers, and there is still a queue of cotton packs in front of one of them. So maybe it's because the logistics, maybe it's because the path from cotton collector to yarn ball makers is too long. Or maybe it's due to the game being rebalanced. Not sure. Okay, so, oh no, not yet. By the way, if you are not aware of this yet, you can open your linear regression building and go to data features section, in which you can see all the math magic in terms of separate parameters appearing in front of you. If you are tech or math or machine learning savvy, then you will probably understand what's going on here. So, but the basic idea is that this is showing you parameters for any transaction, successful or not successful. And machine learning model, it takes all kinds of parameters into account, like what a cat is wearing, and what's the outfit of the cat, and what's the type of the cat, and what that cat wanted to buy, and was the transaction successful. And it takes all those kinds of data inside, and it works, and it learns from this data, like here. And it learns from this data to be able to set optimal prices. So let us choose the machine learning model and see how good is it at the moment. Oh, and my income has just dropped to 0. Was it that bug? No, I don't think so. Yeah, maybe it is a bug. Oh no, we're doing fine. So for now we're asking a machine to set optimal prices for goods, and the error rate for this model is relatively low, and it will drop to the minimum in a couple of hundreds of epochs. So right now the machine is learning, it's still working. Well, learning means that it is processing huge amounts of data and trying to make conclusions out of this data. And these conclusions would not be able. These conclusions sometimes would not be calculable by a single human being, which is why human beings have invented computers and have invented machine learning. And this is what machine learning is all about, in a nutshell. It's about teaching you how to process big data and find correlations that would not be visible to a feeble human brain. So let's just take some time and observe that graph going higher. As you can see, the white graph represents the possible normal income, which means those prices that I have set previously. It is being compared to the income generated by the prices set by this machine learning algorithm. And as you can see, machines are doing better job at calculating stuff as they're supposed to. So this is a very satisfying feeling, and we're actually accumulating some money here. If we had full game unlocked here, we could spend that money for researching new stuff and building more stuff and diversifying our production and doing all kinds of cool things. But this is a dedicated educational version of the game, in which you can only build so many buildings and in which you can research so much stuff. but it is available for free on our website, luden.io, which corresponds with the name of our company. So if you're looking for some free fun time, I encourage you to go to our website, download this thing. It won't be as cool as a full version of the game, but it's still pretty cool if you ask me. And it's free, and it's there, and it's available for you. So don't waste any more time. Go there, play some games, enjoy yourself. The weekend is upon us. So, I think we have learned our lesson here. So, I will wrap up today's stream, and I encourage you to look at your calendar and skip 2 weeks from now in your mind, because in 2 weeks, allegedly, it will be September the 10th, we will have another live stream, as we normally do. We're having live streams each and every 2 weeks. And by that time, I'm almost sure that we will have more cool stuff from the main game to share with you, because right now we're developing enormous amounts of new content, and it's already in the game, but the art is not quite there, so it's not very spectacular, and we wouldn't like to show it to you until it's done. But please follow our updates, because we will be sharing it all with you. We will be sharing new content as soon as it's done. We will tease it to you on our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Steam, occasionally YouTube and Reddit, and maybe some other platforms I forgot by now. So we're everywhere, and we're everywhere for you to come by and contact us and tell us what you think of this game, because you, the players, are influencing how this game will look in the end. So please don't be a stranger, and let's talk and let's exchange opinions. This game is going to be fun, and we believe it's going to change we hope that it will help change education and for the better. Even a slightest bit would be cool for us. This was a Learning Factory EDU, a special educational version of Learning Factory, which we have been developing throughout this summer and good part of spring. My name is Georgie, and I'm from luden.io. And I'm signing off for today, and you have a good weekend, and we'll see each other sooner than later. Bye-bye.